friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead. Well, I'm going to make one of my very own recipes. It's called roast beef and Yorkshire pudding pie. All right, in this casserole dish, let me move these without spilling them, I have a leftover roast beef. And I cooked it in this casserole dish with potatoes. So I didn't make a gravy, but there's lots of wonderful juice left over. So there's our oven. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in the frying pan and start heating it up. All right, so you're going to need the ingredients to my cuppa Yorkshire pudding, which is a cup of milk, a cup of eggs, or 4 large eggs, a cup of flour, and a teaspoon of salt. You're going to need 1 onion and your roast beef. Now listen, folks, this is a 2 to 3 person meal. All right, this will feed me and Howie, plus give him some leftovers in his lunch. So adjust your recipe accordingly, okay? All right, so while my juice is heating up, I'm just going to dice up this roast. And it was nice and medium rare, eh, dear?
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to cook them in the casserole thing with the lid from now on because they don't dry out as much. I just seared this all over and I pot roasted it in a casserole dish, folks. I love cold roast beef, I really do.
My sandwiches are nice too.
Oh yeah, you had that for your lunch today. So my oven has just hit 400 degrees. So I'm just going to put a dollop of oil, cooking oil, in a clean casserole dish. And I'm going to put this in the oven. Now you want a good 1/4 cup of oil. We're going to put this in the oven until the rest of our stuff is made. Now while I'm slicing up my onion, I'm going to get our Yorkshire pudding going. And that is first, we whip those eggs, and we whip them good. And then we add our milk. And whip some more. Turn it down, pop in the flour, and let that mix until we're ready for it. Here is our juice. And to that, we're going to add our beef. I guess I could have sauteed the onions first, but you know what? Nah. So I'm going to turn this right up to get this all simmering. Okay, here I have about 1/4 coffee cup of cold water. To it, I'm going to add a heaping spoon of starch. You use whatever starch you want. I use potato starch. Just seems the most natural to me. Alrighty. And now, I'm going to pour that in there. I forgot how fast this thickens up. This oil has to be piping hot, so don't touch the casserole dish. When you pour your Yorkshire pudding in, this dish has to be piping hot so that it sizzles as it hits the bottom. Which that didn't. That keeps the Yorkshire pudding from sticking. And now we take our hot beef and gravy and spoon that right into the center. And this has to be hot to help cook the Yorkshire pudding from the inside. Now this is going directly into a 400-degree oven for 25 minutes. Okay, our timer has gone off. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, we're going to let this sit for a minute, and then I'm going to dish it up with some mashed potatoes and some green beans. Gave it about 5 minutes to settle down into the crust there. Now folks, this is a kind of a hybrid of roast beef and Yorkshire pudding and toad in a hole, both British recipes, but I'm a Canadian, so I play fast and loose with recipes. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. Did you pepper it really well?
Of course.
It's hot, baby. Be careful.
Too hot for you.
It's hot, eh?
Tastes like Sunday dinner.
Oh, well, thank you, honey. This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying if you got leftover roast beef and the makings for gravy, you can have a Sunday dinner flavor on a Monday night. Yorkshire pudding and roast beef pie. Take care. God bless.